Mic check.
One of the first questions I got when I first started on TikTok was, how does your mind work? So it threw me off guard at first. I didn't really know how to answer the question, to be honest. But I started thinking about it and I found out something about myself that I find really interesting. I've always been a person that likes to self-analyze, so thank you for the question, first of all, because I never thought of the question before. So I started thinking about it, asking myself, how does my mind work? How do I come up with ideas for videos and my viewpoints? And a lot of you guys asked as well. So in order for me to be able to find my answer, I started thinking about why I find all these different topics so interesting. What is the root of my fascination with different perspectives? And then I remember this trend that went on where it was essentially taking words, beautiful words in different languages, and kind of reading the dictionary definition of them. And one video was about Sonder. Sonder is a realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and complex as your own. Basically, everyone has their own story. And when I saw that video, I was like, oh yeah, I think about that. I think about that all the time. I just didn't know that there was a word for it in the English language. It's fascinating for me to think about just the random person you see on the bus or whatever is living such a complex and vivid life, very similar to your own. Their house smells different, the way they hold their toothbrush is just a little bit off from you. Maybe they have little tics where they pick their finger on their left hand when they get nervous. It's extremely fascinating to me. It's like in movies when the two main characters bump into each other before they know each other, and you know how complex and all the problems that they're going through, and you're just kind of anticipating when they're going to actually officially meet up. That's how I kind of see other people's lives in mine. You know, you see those two characters, you know, they're having their hard day, maybe they have similar problems, you know they're eventually going to bump into each other in the future. Because why would they be showing these two characters and, you know, how they wake up in the morning and everything like that? And that's literally how everyone's life goes when you pass somebody by, right? You know, I find it so interesting, and I notice with myself that I'll do things, I'll watch things, just to be able to see different points of views, different perspectives on life, in order to be able to get a glimpse into, you know, maybe someone else's reality. And the thing is though, I know I can only go so far, because I know I'll never truly be able to live someone else's life. But by exploring different points of views and being able to ask people about their perspective on things, I can get a glimpse into someone else's reality, and to be able to explore that definition of Sonder. That's why I have so many different opinions on different topics, because constantly in my own daily life, I'm thinking about different points of views, and I'm thinking about, you know, what about this? What about this? Anytime I see a video or I see something new or I see something in front of me, I think about it and I have a conversation in my own head about, okay, where's my stance on this? What's the other person's point of view? How do I be able to find the other person's point of view? And that's exactly how I come up with so many different topics and so many different points of views. And that's how my mind works. That's how I work through things. Is I have these conversations in my head about, you know, different points of views. So with that piece of information, I can get into another question that a lot of people have been asking me, which is, how do you come up with ideas? Now, I'm going to assume that this question is coming from a point of you want to be able to make your own TikTok account or own YouTube channel, you know, talking about your points of views and your opinions. And you want to be able to know, like, how do I come up with my video ideas? How do I come up with my perspectives? And first of all, I think that's fantastic. That's exactly why I love doing what I'm doing, is that it does inspire a lot of people to be able to do their own thing and to be able to put their influence out there, put their opinions out there. And I think that's just beneficial for the future of, you know, YouTube and the internet and everything, right? I think that there's a lot of creators and a lot of people right now that think being an idiot online is going to be the only way to be successful. And I don't believe that. I think with a new age, new era, I think we could have more individuals who, you know, are critically thinking and exploring their different opinions and topics. Maybe you're doing comedy, but maybe you're just not like a goof, right? So I think that'd be the best, and I'm so glad you guys are asking these questions, and I hope you do start your own YouTube channels. So essentially, how I come up with ideas and how you can come up with ideas too is one that you already kind of know, but it's good to be able to reimburse things, you know, that you already understand, which is you take examples from your own life and you just talk about them. For instance, the celebrities video. At the time, there was the Justin Bieber Lonely song that was going along, and he was talking about how it feels lonely to be a celebrity. But that already kind of went into my subconscious, and obviously when I was starting it, it came into the idea of like why I wear the mask as well. And that's how I came up with the celebrity video, because I was thinking about, oh, what is it like to actually be a celebrity? What's the downsides to that? The best way to be able to go and come up with ideas is that you take something, for instance, let's talk about skateboarding, all right? It's just random things, skateboarding. Don't focus on the glam and the glory. Look at the other aspects of things nobody really talks about because they're kind of depressing, and just think about them. What would it actually be like being a skateboarder? You know, maybe there's an underlying meaning behind that. Maybe there's some beauty behind it. Just explore different ideas. Take examples from your own life. Let's say you're on the bus and somebody yells at the bus driver. Maybe you ask the question, why is this person yelling at the bus driver? For instance, if I saw that, I'd try to look, okay, would I ever yell at the bus driver? Why wouldn't I? And maybe this person is justified. Maybe they had a terrible day. Maybe their daughter just died and they're just full of emotions, right? Maybe they're not justified. Do I think they're justified? Do I think if something terrible happens to you, you're allowed to take it on others? You understand that there's so many different ways you can look at different perspectives and different views on life. And that's how you come up with so many different ideas. And I'm sure you'll be able to do exactly the same thing. But anyways, that's all I got.